I think so many people are watching women's basketball right now. It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. People are talking about women's basketball that you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game. Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
What happened to Angel Reese? From college stardom to a dismal performance against the Fever, her game is raising serious questions. Why are some fans comparing her to Dennis Rodman? And why are others betting on her to miss her first shot? Something's not adding up here, and we're about to break it all down. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Angel Reese was supposed to be the next big thing. Coming out of college, her reputation as a dominant force was unmatched. At LSU, she wasn't just good, she was unstoppable.
At what point were you waiting to pull out this kind of the
Caitlin Clark is a hell of a
incredible
player for sure. But I don't take disrespect lightly, and she disrespected Alexis. I wanted to pick her pocket, but I had a moment at the end of the game, and I was in my bag. I was in my moment. Yeah.
Reese averaged double-doubles like it was nothing and became a social media sensation after her standout performances, making her one of the most talked about players in women's basketball. The WNBA eagerly embraced her potential. Billboards, commercials, preseason interviews, you name it, they marketed her as a star ready to take over the league. But here we are, a few months into her rookie season, and things aren't looking so shiny anymore. Her numbers? Let's just say they're not what fans expected. She's struggling with poor shooting and posting disappointing scoring averages. To make matters stick out even more, when you put her stats next to Caitlin Clark, another rookie who shared the spotlight in college, the gap becomes glaring.
Caitlin Clark is box office. She is a star, and Angel Reese is to be completely believed that there's no hate. They both get along. They're cool with each other. They're high-end competitors, etc., etc. And you also are old enough to know that in this society, whether they want to admit it or not, they don't like seeing somebody black coming at somebody white who is a beloved star of theirs. But you've known they were coming for you when you were waving your hands in your face to mock Caitlin Clark when you were beating her for the national championship.
Clark's ability to distribute the ball has been incredible, with her assist numbers climbing into double digits. Meanwhile, Reese seems to be stuck, barely making her shots count and failing to find her rhythm. It's like all that college dominance disappeared the second she stepped onto the pro court. And that game against the Fever? Tough to watch. Reese couldn't hit key shots, and her fouls left people scratching their heads. What should have been a must-win for the Sky turned into a full-blown disaster. Her missed opportunities on the offensive end seemed to deflate the team, and fans were quick to notice online. Memes, comments, even bets.
WNBA Player of the Week. There have only been 40 triple-doubles in the history of the WNBA. Cheryl Swoops recorded the first WNBA triple-double during the 1999 season, while Caitlin Clark logged the most recent triple-double earlier this week. She now has 102 on the season and is 19 away from Diana Taurasi in second place and 26 away from UNESCO of the New York Liberty. She ain't beating A'ja Wilson for the MVP, but she's beating Angel Reese for the Rookie of the Year. That's a wrap. That's over. And props to Angel Reese, who's had a good year, by the way.
People are cashing in on the idea that Reese won't deliver when it matters most. Cruel? Maybe. But it's happening. Then there's this odd comparison that keeps surfacing. Dennis Rodman. Sure, Reese is known for her swagger and her ability to grab rebounds, but Rodman? It feels like fans are clinging to anything to justify her struggles. Is that really helping her case? Or is it just making things worse? Her slump isn't just affecting her, it's dragging the Sky into chaos. They expected a game changer, but now they're left scrambling. The big question? What's next? Is Angel Reese already on her way out of Chicago? When you look at the chatter around her future with the Sky, it's clear something is off. Fans are starting to wonder if the team might try to trade her, or if Reese herself will decide she's had enough. One analyst even said, it ain't gonna be long, she gonna do one of two things, either ask for a trade out of Chicago, or she gonna quit.
You knew they were gonna come for you. You had to know that. Now, to the degree that they're doing so, I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. You're at a decisive advantage because they made the mistake of letting you know who they are, whoever those people are. That's not the case with all. It's not the case with most. But those who screech the loudest get the most attention sometimes. And that's what the worst of cynics and critics do.
That's a harsh take, but it's hard to ignore the signs. Her recent struggles haven't just been personal, they've affected the entire team. The promise of her contributing right away hasn't materialized, and the Sky are feeling the weight of those missed expectations. With every game, the pressure climbs, but it's not just her stats or her play. It's the off-court attention that Reese draws too. Think about that budding rivalry with Caitlin Clark. The WNBA itself has leaned into the drama, hyping it at every opportunity. And in that heated game against the Fever, the tension boiled over when things got physical. Trash talk? Cool. Physical altercations? That's a different story. The crowd wasn't shy about reacting either, and their loud boos only seemed to magnify the moment. It felt less like basketball and more like a theater where Reese couldn't escape the spotlight, no matter how bad her night was going. And then there's her presence online. Reese is doing great on social media, posting brand deals, photo shoots, and keeping her image strong. But that off-court success hasn't carried over to the court.
Talk about what she's been able to provide, because when you're able to come onto a team and fill in for two really important players in Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham, what does that mean to the Fever when they're just trying to get back to 500 here?
4 players in double figures, and when one of those is a hardship contract player, you're doing terrific things. Ari McDonald has been a great spark for the Fever. That rivalry, I mean, they just give it everything they have. I was really impressed with the offensive output for the Fever, the way that they knock down threes on the outside, the high percentage looks in the inside.
Fans are starting to get frustrated. A lot of it comes back to that insane hype train she rode into the WNBA. ESPN and the league set her up as the next big name. All that buzz, all those expectations. It's starting to look like it may have been too much, too soon. So, where does Reese go from here? Whether she stays, gets moved, or takes matters into her own hands, her future with the Sky is looking shaky, and those cracks are only getting deeper. Angel Reese's struggles aren't just about a rough rookie season, they're a loud reminder of how intense hype can derail even the best prospects. The WNBA and media built her up as the face of the future, but now those sky-high expectations feel impossible to meet. The rivalry with Caitlin Clark and non-stop focus on her every move may have made things worse, putting her under a magnifying glass instead of letting her adjust to the league. So, what happens next? Can Reese rise above the noise? Or will the pressure force her in a different direction?